We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Hello, and welcome to Icon's Earthbound, here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'll be your GM for the day, Jason, and with me as usual will be Curtis playing Landshark,
Hola.
Taylor playing Unison,
Howdy, howdy.
Mike playing Independence Ray,
Hope you're keeping warm, everyone.
and Zach playing Recluse.
Thank you for joining us.
Now, we left off last time. You had managed to pick up Wolf Witch and Mott. Had managed to clear their minds.
Which is a big win.
Yes, you finally have somebody with some magical knowledge on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Because, prior to this, you had John Modison and his cousin Molly, who are supernatural creatures, but aren't particularly magicians. And then that was about it. So from there, in Seattle, you picked them up in Seattle. And from there, y'all headed cross-country, stopping at an old spear base. Not an old spear base, but a now not used spear base in the Midwest to refuel your ship. Ran off a few people in the area that were scavenging the place, since none of them had any memory of it being there. But boy, it had high-tech goodies. It was weird. So we start up today with you landing on the outskirts of Shavannah, Georgia. I believe it was Wolf Witch that said that was where I can't remember. Was it Wolf Witch that said that's where the Crucible was based? Or was it just that that's a town he's been spotted around slightly more often than anywhere else?
A town he's been spotted in more than anyone else, and Wolf Witch confirmed, yeah, that's his haunt.
Okay.
But do we have a plan to actually find his Sanctum Sanctorium?
Not yet, I don't think.
Yeah, has she given us an address or anything?
I thought, well, one, I think, well, now that Wolf Witch is back to memory, she would know.
Yeah.
Because lore.
But they did not come with us? I thought
No, they're on the plane. They are on the plane with you.
Okay.
Yeah, like we are actively causing Wolf Witch to lose business.
Yes, the store is closed. Or at least its own cut down hours, because she's got the one like normal human employee that might still do a shift, but
That's right.
isn't going to cover the entire opening and closing of the store. So it's on modified hours.
I don't know if you said it slightly odd like that on purpose or not. I don't know if that was Discord or you doing a pun.
And you'll never know.
I
Alright, so y'all get landed outside of Savannah.
In the prairie.
Wolf Witch has given you an address. Y'all gonna call a cab or take the bus or?
A cab would leave a paper trail, wouldn't it?
So many of us can fly.
Literally getting there is not a problem.
All right.
I mean, Recluse is now a two-man mission, but other than that...
Like, I can just go through Web World and saunter in the general direction of the address. And then pop out.
Or I can carry you like a man horse.
So would you sit on my back and just like clench your thighs real tight and then just lift up, or what's going on there?
I don't think we've had time to bridle and saddle you yet.
I don't think I'm gonna look at the Recluse face and tell me how you put a bridle on it.
can get one custom made.
Well, you need to at least brand him so some other team doesn't come by and take him.
Yep.
Right.
Brand a spear on him.
That's our recluse.
Get your own spider avatar.
Oh, sorry. We were looking for the silver recluse, not just regular recluse. Sorry.
Where does the address take us?
It takes you to a fairly nice little neighborhood, close to the shore. I don't think it was actually beachfront property, but it's got a decent bit of land. This was probably like an old estate back in the day, and you've sort of had an more modern upclass neighborhood built up around it.
Kind of like a stately Wayne Manor.
Yeah.
With the bunch of elves.
Has a sign that says "definitely wasn't ever a plantation" on it.
It may very well have been a plantation at some point.
Oh, poor building.
It is definitely that style of house, but that really is just indicating its age more than anything else. So, Zach, do you travel through Web World, or do you let Unison carry you?
I think I'll try to sneak through Web World.
Okay. Sneaking through Web World is not difficult.
It's more empty than normal.
It is. Now, the equivalent of animals that live there, the unintelligent or barely intelligent, the little guys seem to be going about their business as usual. Hunting and preying on one another. Most of them are too small to try to give Recluse any trouble. Even when he was man-sized, now he's more than man-sized. You don't see any indication of anything bigger or stronger.
This is fine. Gonna put this in the back of my mind.
Just gonna lock that in that middle trunk that I put all the other messed up stuff that's happened to me. Just squish it all down in there and lock the trunk again. Nothing bad will ever come from doing that.
On the way there, I'd like to ask Mott a quick question.
Certainly.
Is there any chance that we get there and our dear friend and yours is also going to be completely forgetful?
I assume you mean the Crucible, since that's who we're looking for.
Well, that I also I suspect there's going to be more than one person at the estate.
There should be, yes.
So it's like the entire estate shielded from this kind of magic, do you think? Or is it going to be like a bunch of people not knowing why we're here at all?
Your guess is as good as mine, my friend.
That's
the
unfortunate.
Crucible is pretty powerful, right?
Yes.
So I imagine they'd have a better than average shot of resisting the effects of the Pharaoh's spell.
Wolf Witch basically goes, that's what we're banking on.
The Crucible hasn't joined the Resistance either.
Yeah, I'm worried that a Matt situation happened, where if the Crucible has some kind of power activation that wasn't activated at the time, he wouldn't, or they wouldn't have memories.
Lots
If
of
we're active and in defense, then they'd know.
I guess we'll find out when we get there. Zach is the first person to get there, because distances in the web world can vary compared to the distances you're traveling in the real world. Which is how he was able to scurry down from orbit, in rapid fashion.
It's my best decision ever.
So every now and then, Recluse, you're kind of, dipping out of web world, looking around, Check his street address. And when you start getting close, you see something glowing in Web World. You see something glowing in the distance.
Ah.
Once you finally get a clear look at it, because this is in Web World, this is mostly dark forested area. There's a big dome of light. Pretty much where you were headed. You'll have to duck back out into the real world, or into the physical world to, let's call it the mortal world, to check the address, but you're betting that's it. And you don't know exactly how big the estate is, but that thing looks like it's probably covering most of that estate.
So when you say dome, is it just like a radius of light, or does it look like it's an actual intentional shaping of energy?
Energy is giving off a lot of light. It's bright, but it is swirling patterns of different color. The color palette is different, but it kind of reminds you of pictures you've seen of Jupiter. That kind of, swirling of different colors, though it's not the same set of colors.
Oh.
These are a bit brighter.
Like a giant marble.
Yeah, sort of.
I'm going to go up and poke it in Web World.
At first, it just feels like you're poking on something, you're just touching something solid. As you press with more and more of your strength, you start to feel something seem to be pressing back. Your fingers start to tingle.
Okay, they got their bases covered. And I'm gonna pop out somewhere that's hopefully not in direct view of anyone who might be on the street.
Well, that's going to be kind of luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Give me a stealth roll. This will be to, partly to try to guess where you'll be popping out, and also to quickly react to wherever you pop out to, conceal yourself better.
And did it roll?
I only see the roll I made.
Right, let me type it again.
Huh, which is the exact same roll I made last time we played as the last roll. Weird. I don't see you in roll 20. You might want to reload the page and make sure
Oh, okay.
Make sure it didn't drop you.
I now see Recluse.
Yes, now I see bunches of rolls for Recluse under my roll.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Oh.
Somebody went clickety clickety clickety.
Not intentionally, and for some reason it keeps closing and reopening the character image for Unison. Okay, it's gone now.
The deep instinctual need to look at a cowboy with a helmet on.
Yes. To be fair, I guess we can just use the first one, even though it's literally the worst roll possible.
Well, to be fair, I maxed out the roll for the difficulty, so you had to beat an 11, which you only did once. So you did tie it 3 times. But yeah, first roll was a 7. So you pop out, you are like right on the sidewalk, like one house down from the large glowing orb, which is also present in the mortal world, though not glowing as brightly.
Yeah.
Like it's giving off light and you can see it, but this, in Web World, it would keep the neighbors awake, but here it probably isn't.
Yeah.
You quickly glance around to somewhere to duck, and you see a man watering his some of the bushes in his front yard. I mean, just staring dead at you. Raises his hand. Well, hi there.
What time of day is it?
A little before noon. Let's say it's about 11:30 in the morning.
Good morning, sir. Have you heard the good word of the Deadlights?
Is that a? You mean like from Stephen King?
Yeah.
I've read some of his stuff.
Yeah, don't read it too many times in a short span of time. It does weird things to you. And I'm just going to shuffle backwards into an alley.
Well, you're in like a neighborhood. These are relatively nice houses. You know, like upper middle, not not everything's an estate like the
So
Crucible's
it's not
place.
like row houses where there would be an alley to stuck into.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Gotcha.
Uh,
So I'm just gonna politely look around and wait for everyone to get there, seeing as there's not really any place for me to hide.
so the rest of you show up, and Recluse is just standing on the sidewalk. There's a guy, watering his yard. By the time y'all get there, he's turning his water off.
I might send a since it won't do any actual harm. Maybe just give him a flash and a power flash, and give time for us to clear out so that by the time his sight resumes, we're gone.
If there's a way to interpose on that action and make it to not happen, I will roll to make that action not happen.
Oh,
We
what's up, Ethan?
Flashbang a random
Why do you want to
civilian.
blind random citizens? We are superheroes.
For like a page. It's not gonna hurt.
Yeah. Hey, no offense. If the cops routinely opened my door, flashbanged me in my own yard, and then kept going about their merry business, I'd be unhappy.
Well, I'd be unhappy. Already unhappy if I saw no offense, a spider monster appear, talking about Stephen King.
We're just having a nice conversation.
Yeah, like
All right, very well.
A literary conversation.
I didn't know you thought people needed to have the visage of Recluse scrubbed from their eyes.
Well, I was more worried about him seeing the rest of it. But if you want to just, I don't know, reconnoiter in the backyard if we can access it.
You can get in the neighbor's backyard. Most of the estate around the Crucible's house is sealed off.
From the air, can we see anyone else standing by?
You see some people put her in their backyard. Nobody else seems to have noticed her clues.
Oh, well, in that case. Well, let's...
Or if they have, they're all taking it as calmly as this red-headed guy in his yard.
Now, does this seem like unusual, or are they just like really laid back here? They're not they're not ensorcelled in any way, are they?
Well, the entire planet is
for all we know,
ensorcelled in some
the-
ways. But y'all can give me awareness
for all
roll
we-
to see what you pick up on.
Because for all we know, the Crucible could have magicked his neighborhood so that people would just like keep chill when weird supernatural stuff happens. That would explain why the neighbor's not freaking out. I've got to actually get into Roll20 and then open up my character sheet.
Okay. Alright, so the difficulty was only a 7. Mr. Awareness,
Not that I
Unison
have it.
definitely beats that.
Not that I have a cult, but if we had a cult, would we
Wait,
be able to add that in?
Recluse has an 8 awareness?
I have an investigation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have that maxed out.
Okay. Character
I didn't
sheet.
realize I could put my 1 point of investigation into this. Whoopsies.
So that just means you doubled the
Investigation
difficulty.
Oh, I made it.
Did Landshark? Oh, Landshark rolled a 1. Okay. Well, I mean, rolled a 4.
I didn't roll too well.
Yeah. Well, you got your roll in before I got mine. I was looking under where I had rolled.
Oh, I'm way screwed up. Okay, here we go. Oh, maybe I didn't make it. I rolled a 9. I didn't check what the difficulty was.
7. So you beat it by 2.
Alright.
So Landshark, you don't notice anything weird. There's one guy in the yard. He's not freaking out, but y'all are superheroes. Why would you freak out when superheroes show up?
Especially a shark.
Ray. All you can tell for sure is this guy is oddly chill about Recluse showing up, and the rest of y'all, he looks curious, but he doesn't look upset or terrified or.
I've got my standing theory then.
And then Recluse and Unison both got massive successes.
It's a mandroid secure. It's a security mandroid.
Yeah,
Watch out for cows.
this is super odd. Like, the guy just finished watering his lawn. The rest of you showed up, as he's turning his water off. Now he's walking over like he's just going to talk to you.
How about that local sports team, huh?
Nothing pinging on my danger sense as he gets close.
Oh, you do have danger sense, don't you? Give me a roll for that.
Sure. 1 second, my love. That's a 9.
Yes, your danger sense is pinging as he gets closer.
Uh-oh.
I hold up my hand and say, "Oh, hold up, friend."
So he's made it to the sidewalk. He's basically just right across the road from you. But he stops you. Oh, well, hey, sorry, I don't mean to make you nervous. It's just,
No, it's just the method of travel I use. It tends to leave a bit of a sickening aura if you get too close to me for a little bit of time, like a half hour. In about a half hour, yeah, you could hop over here, but right now you might actually get like a little bit too close and start throwing up. It happens. It's not something I control. I do apologize.
Oh, that does sound rather nasty. Luckily, most everybody's at work right now, so maybe the side won't get much use for a half hour. What brings y'all to the neighborhood? He's kind of looking at everybody.
By technical, we're visiting a work friend and seeing if he's in good health, because we haven't seen him in a little while.
Oh, so it's like a wellness check. I thought the police usually did that. Well, who's your neighbor? I know most everybody around here. Or not. Who's your friend? I know most everybody around here.
I look to Wolf Witch for a brief moment.
Let's see. Would she use his real name?
Or like the household name.
And now that I think about it, oh crap! I don't remember the Crucible's last name. But yeah, she drops the last name. She's like, oh yeah, that's the folks that live under the marble thing over there. Yeah, that's been up there a couple of weeks now. I don't think your friend can get out.
Oh. No.
I've tried getting in there a time or two, Baseball bat ain't gonna do it, though. I don't guess y'all know what that is.
Work-related stuff.
Man, what kind of work are y'all in? It's been really puzzling the neighbors.
Securities.
Oh well, I guess that's pretty secure. I mean, assuming you can open it from the inside.
What's supposed to? Okay.
Yeah, in fact, we're just gonna give it a test, see if we can, if the defenses hold up or not.
Oh, neat.
So if you see a ruckus, there's no need for alarm.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, I'm Red. Folks right here call me Red, by the way.
Pleasure to meet you, Red. Call me Sam.
It's pleased to meet you, Sam. Where are you folks from? You don't sound like locals.
No, I think we're all much from everywhere but here. You ever been to Manford?
No, I have not. It's y'all all rolled pretty good on your perception. He doesn't sound like he's necessarily from around here either. You know, he does not have a local accent.
So you don't mind if we toss a few hits at this thing to see if we can crack it, correct?
Oh no, go ahead. Like I said,
Alrighty then.
several of us in the neighborhood have taken a crack at it, but I mean, in I saw how y'all got here and stuff. I figure y'all have rougher ways to do it than we did.
Yeah, and I appreciate the advanced testing. We'll incorporate that into our report.
Right. Just jot down baseball bats wouldn't do it.
All right, I'll go ahead and have a copy attempt to astral project through it.
Okay, feels like you're hitting something solid. Which you've had other kind of energy screens do that sometimes.
Yeah. Attempting to push through it with the astral projection. Does it show any sign of me being able to press through it with force?
No.
Okay.
What happens
I
when I punch
let him
it?
know it's also on the other side and also as impermeable.
Now this shield, you said it was glowing. Is it a solid energy, or is it like maybe like a hard hologram sort of thing?
How would Ray go about testing that? Like I said, if you reach out and touch it, it just feels solid. It's solid and kind of cool to the touch.
Probably power stunt it. I'd probably just try power stunting my light control, see if I can bend the rays of light that it exudes. And,
Okay.
Maybe try to pry a hole open.
What are you going to tap to do that?
I'm going to activate hosting an alien energy
All right.
and spend a determined.
This is an energy, and it's alien to you.
That's right. What shall I roll for this?
Probably going to go with awareness. Well, let's see. If you're power stunning, your energy control. Probably
have,
for super senses.
I also have power 3 in light control as a specialty.
I would throw that in there. Yeah, go ahead and throw that in there.
So
that
awareness plus 3.
Because that is literally. Let me just check super senses to see if it says anything. Let's see. Additional senses, enhanced senses, extended senses. So yeah, this is basically just letting you use your powers to sense something you wouldn't normally be able to sense. So that falls under additional. Okay.
Oh. Now, would that be separate from an attempt to actually manipulate the energy field? Or is this am I spending the determination point to activate for the awareness check? Or do I get the awareness check before I try to power stun?
Give me the awareness check first. We'll count it all as one power stunt.
Oh, I got it.
Because it's really one thing. You're trying to see what it is and see what you can do with it. So we'll let that count all as one thing.
I got it. Okay, so here comes the awareness check. I'll type this in manually. Roll 1d6 plus 4 for awareness, plus 3 for my light control skill. And I generated a third. Ooh, massively successful.
And I rolled a total of an 8. So yeah, you beat it by 5. So that is a massive success.
Mm-hmm. What are we working with here?
There is definitely some visible light, and for that matter, some light outside of the visible range, but definitely some just, natural light that falls under what you can control, but that's clearly, you can tell that's clearly not the only energy source here.
Okay, so I'm probably not going to be able to pry a hole open.
Now, you could probably, but you could manipulate the actual light.
So would I be able to open up a hole, or would I simply weaken the dome?
Give me a roll with energy control, and let's see.
Okay.
Still use your power skill.
Yes. Let's see. What do I have? Trying to see where. Oh, do I have to make another roll for this? Oh, here we. Nope. No, the late class is coordination. So I'm gonna say light control power stunts, and that way I can add the skill, the specialty. Light control power. Oops. So the base level will be 8. Actually, I'll just add 11. 8 for the light control and 3 for the power control for the power. And
That works.
gives
That
me...
works.
Oh wow, I rolled a 1, but still it's a 12.
I only rolled a 7 though, so you beat that pretty handily.
Mm-hmm.
So that swirling pattern that you see, that just parts. It just rolls back, and you can see through the barrier.
Oh, very good.
Now, when you touch the barrier, it's still there.
Got it.
But it's like the visible light was being used to sort of curtain it off where people outside couldn't see in.
I'm gonna try and punch it where he parted it.
All right, give me a strength roll.
Not a good roll, but okay.
That is most unfortunate.
All right, so that is a massive failure, mostly because I rolled max for the
Oh, look at that.
power of the energy
Right.
shield.
Ooh.
So, Bruce, I'm going to need, or Curtis, I'm going to need Bruce to give me a strength roll. Actually, he's going to need to give me 2 strength rolls. One versus an 11 and one versus a 12.
Beat them both. Beat them both. Oh.
All right, so he beat the first one, or he failed the first one. But only by 1. So you go flying back, but only like a foot or 2. It's like the force you put into the shield sent back to you, so it knocks you back, you land on your back. The second one was a stun check. You made that without any trouble.
That's good.
Recluse is gonna go over there and help him back up to his feet.
Big surprise, guys. I'm not gonna be much use against magic.
What do we see? Anything unusual? What do we see now? At least.
You see the house. You see the yard. And there are stones arranged in the yard in what you guys can only identify as magic sigil, magic shapes. You look at that, you just kind of look at the pattern, you just kind of go, that's definitely magic. Anybody with a cult could give a occult roll.
Sure. Let's see, that is
Wave
2.
your arms and say, friend.
Oh, and I bet your Wolf Witch has got some occult, don't she? Can't forget.
Hey,
she's
Bruce.
here.
God, he does.
Do you
She's been
think
I know
Bruce
both
would
of
be
his characters are a little janky, but
Do what, Mike?
Oh, would you perhaps be able to shift a little bit of Earth and see if this dome is 360 degrees
I'm sorry.
without
Hold on, I could not hear you very well.
Oh, whoops.
Ray
So
wants
you're
you to
taking it?
know whether or not this is a dome or an oval of energy.
Oh, well, that's easy enough.
this-
Yeah, I'll go.
If he could landscape without trashing the art, of course. Don't want to invoke any HOA fees.
HOAs hate me.
I bet they do. They're probably the ones who keep getting you banned from cities.
City municipalities hate Bruce.
Ah.
Okay, so the difficulty was a 13. Wolf Witch only rolled a 12. But that was a bad die roll.
Ooh.
And Recluse rolled an 11.
Curses and curses.
Yep. That's for sure magical. You're both confident that it's magical.
Where
Does
do I
Wolf
find
Witch?
my burrow underneath?
When you try to burrow underneath, it is a sphere.
Okay.
Like
Worth
you
a
drop
shot.
into the dirt, and it just keeps going.
Thank you,
I wonder
Bruce.
if I could push it up.
Oh. That's interesting. Just uproot the whole thing.
It still wouldn't get us inside.
But it would be fun.
While y'all are doing this, Red walks up and starts tapping the field where it's clear now. Oh, look, they've been. And, he like puts his hands up to it like he's cupping his eyes up against like he would a window. Wow, look, they've been busy in there.
So, Red, what do you do for a living?
A private contractor.
Private contractor.
Yeah, I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Just whatever anybody needs.
Mm-hmm.
You said you've been busy in there. What have they been doing?
Well, you can see they've been arranging the rocks. The rocks weren't in the yard like that before.
They weren't like that in the yard before?
No, that's new.
Oh, interesting.
I wonder if I could lift the rocks that are inside the sphere.
Well,
Not that
I'm
that helps us, but I'm
not
curious.
sure I'd suggest that, just because, like, I don't know if that's there on purpose by them inside. Because then you'd just be messing up what someone else has done for themselves, and not necessarily what we're here for.
mhm.
Do we want
They-
to
Yeah,
try
I
to
don't
just...
think stuff like that. That's why people don't like me.
Plenty of people like
what-
you. They're just worried about you.
One thing you could do, do you think you could manipulate Earth? Could you like send a little clump of Earth shooting out to like say hit the doorbell, just to let the people inside know that we're out here?
Give it a shot. I will see if I can find a rock not cleverly placed that I can shape into a shark and have it punch the doorbell.
Or tap the doorbell.
I'm desperately trying to remember from last season whether this place had a doorbell or whether you had to use an old style door knocker.
Oh, I think we had a door knocker.
I think it was a door knocker.
Okay.
Now, that
Now-
doesn't necessarily change much. Bruce could just knock on the door, but
Yeah. Now,
But I have to do the Saturday Night Live land shark skit. It's like
Aim for the window.
program for Mr.
Candy Granny.
Plumber.
I and my 5 other selves are just looking to see, maybe if we all punched it at the same time, we could get through this.
I mean, that is true. We could like do do like an 8 action or multi-action. That's a
Be a
fair
very
point.
DC Justice League thing to do.
Because, I mean,
Yeah.
no offense, when I organized this team, it was all about having the biggest punchers.
When you start talking about that, when you start talking about punching the clear area, Red backs up a little bit.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
let me
we
get
would
out of
make
y'all's
sure
way.
everyone's at a safe distance. I'm just pitching ideas, and we're just going to go with whatever the best option is.
Sure.
I would advise against even all of us punching it at the same time, because aside from our friend over there being one of the biggest guns possible, the backlash could be potentially fatal.
But it only tossed the guy 16 times stronger than me a little bit of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce, did you have a sense of, was that a deliberate effect of the shield, or was that just simply blowback from your impact? Do you have a sense of that at all?
Do I have a sense of that?
Give me an awareness roll for Bruce.
He's so aware.
Sharks don't flinch.
They do not.
Yeah, it felt like it was punching you back.
Oh. So it's like a reflection sort of thing?
Yeah, spread out over your whole body and not like focus into one punch. Because like it didn't do damage, it just sent you flying. And Recluse, if you'll remember, when you started pressing against it with all your strength, you started feeling kind of a tingle in your fingers, like something was pressing back.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So I guess that rules out attacking it all together at the same spot.
So I just sort of stumble into it. Not punching it, not intentionally hitting it, just like trying. It's a stupid idea, but it's a stupid character.
You trying to lion the witch in the wardrobe yourself in?
Trying to
How
get
do
in
you,
without
what
force.
do you mean by that?
Well, you're not actively trying to get through the barrier. You just happen to fall through it.
You're just accidentally on purpose tripping and falling into it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
so what we have is Wolf. Let's have Wolf Witch cast the hypnotic suggestion, so that Bruce like sleepwalks through. He's not aware that he's actually walking through. Maybe lack of intention means that he gets through.
Well, honestly, lack of force maybe. If it's fronting the force, maybe lack of force can get through. But
Yeah, no one's tried phasing through yet. Oh wait, we had an astral projection.
Yeah. No one tried phasing through, Ray. No one.
No, our best bet probably is just to have Land Shark throw a hard enough clump of dirt at the door. So just do that over and over until someone just opens it.
And when Bruce walks up and does his little trip and just got to brush against it or just lean against it or any of that, it's like you're leaning against a solid object. It's not hitting you back or doing anything, but it's still solid.
Okay.
Let's get a shark. Go Graham to the door.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some water.
Can't agree.
I'll still be able to hear you
Okay.
if I can get up. Well, oh dear. Okay.
I have days like that. I don't know if I can get up today.
Wolfwitch could teleport. But if she could, then the Crucible wouldn't be trapped in there because he could teleport also.
Red's over by the road, kind of leaned up against the mailbox. Who's the Crucible?
Well, it was Ray. It was Bruce who said Crucible, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just our nickname for him. He's a big fan of Arthur Miller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who's that?
Never read any of him.
Oh,
myself.
he's the playwright. The playwright. Oh, he's the playwright who wrote The Crucible, I believe. Also was married to Marilyn Monroe once upon a time. I think that's right. Let me check that.
It wasn't.
Oh, yep. It was a play. Yeah, he wrote the play. It was the play, and yes, he was the one who wrote it.
All right, so y'all going with y'all's Bruce knocking the door ideal?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bruce. Give me a roll.
Here for pasta, my love.
And let's see, if I remember correct, Bruce does not have perfect control over his earth control.
When he's stressed, I believe.
When I'm stressed, it'll trigger, earthquake.
That's right. The earthquake, specifically the earthquake ability that.
Yeah, it's the super dangerous one that can hurt all of us.
It's actually higher than just his baseline earth control.
Oh.
I like that.
And if you look at the scale, he can do it on a 9. He could potentially drop entire cities.
But when he's casually making sharks, he's fine.
But yeah.
So by rolling on my earth power?
Well, having rechecked that power, you really don't have to roll. This is pretty easy.
Okay.
I was just gonna make a check to see if you knock the door down or sent the clod of earth boring through the house.
He's kind of a brute.
But alright, you toss a clod of dirt there, thump, against the door. You wait a minute, you throw another one, thump, against the door. You see the curtains on the window. You see the curtains on the window move a little bit. A moment later, somebody comes out of the house. I don't know if any of these characters ever met any of the Crucible's support staff.
I'm pretty sure Ray has not.
Wolfwitch would recognize him. So he's in kind of a robe get up.
Oh.
And he's looking at you suspiciously, but he's kind of looking you over.
I'm sorry, when you say robe, are you talking about like cultist robe or bathrobe?
Like medieval.
If he had a tonsure, would he be a priest?
It's more of a monk or a priest type thing. Not a perfect matchup to any particular religion, and there's no religious iconography on it.
It's almost Jedi-esque at this point.
Right.
I will take.
So he's a cosplayer.
I will take my notes app on my phone and type, "Hey, are you guys trapped due to the crazy Egyptian nonsense?" And then just hang it up to the opening.
When he sees you do that, he approaches. He walks up right up to the wall, the clear part of the wall.
I'm gonna do the same thing, but it's gonna say Candygram.
He just looks confused at Candygram. To the other one, he nods, and you can see him mouth the word yes, but the sound doesn't pass through.
Oh, okay.
I'll retype. Do we need to try to break this, or are you breaking it from inside? Please point at you or us.
He holds up one finger like wait a second, and he turns around and kind of double times it back into the house. And he comes.
So I'm sorry. What did you ask? Did you ask him if the shield was forced on them, or if they're the ones generating it?
If they want to break it, or if they want us to break it.
Oh, okay. Who should break shield?
Because
Thank you.
we know this has only come up because of Egyptian nonsense.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I wasn't certain if maybe the Crucible set up the shield so that they could defend themselves from the Egyptian nonsense, but it's looking like no, this was imposed on.
So anyway, that guy comes running back out. One of those big fat fancy ballpoint pens in one hand, and a just a notepad in the other.
Okay. If it was a piece of parchment, I was going to be scared.
And it's not even like a
Like
quill or a fountain pen. It is a ballpoint pen, but it's a nicer one than.
Goose feather, vial of blood.
It's like a gel 3 grip pen. It's nice.
Kind of a fat one like that or something. Well, two of y'all can't see it.
Good stuff. Yeah.
I forget if
That
this
is
represents
good.
15 years of my life or 20 years at the company I work at. Though it is a really good pen. So yeah, he scribbles some stuff. He holds it up. Excellent handwriting. But it says the Crucible. The shield was erected in our defense, but she's done something to it. When she couldn't tear it down, it's like he wouldn't say beefed it up. She empowered it and twisted it in such a way that we can't get it down now. So we, and he ends it with basically, she can't get in, we can't get out.
I'm really not liking her.
Bruce, your idea of uprooting the place is starting to sound a little better. We could just uproot it and then just roll down the street, and I don't know what happened.
We'll carry it to Egypt and we'll hit her with it.
That's the step
will-
2 something.
I will type out. Is there an outside source we can? I'll put quote unquotes around it. Destroy, or will
Who do we need to beat
punching
up?
a hole through it suffice? If there's something on the outside that's sourcing the power that we could hit that they can't.
So you get, scribble, turns around, holds up the message. If you could manage to damage it, it will regenerate.
Okay.
Are any of you magically inclined?
Points at Wolf Witch.
Points at Mott.
I'm not.
When you point, they approach closer, and he sees them. He gets all excited. Scribbles on his paper. Let me fetch the Crucible.
Did he say fix?
Fetch.
Oh, fetch.
Let me fetch the Crucible. And he runs back into the house.
I will go ahead and pre-type out. Dude has nice calligraphy, and just wait.
He has very nice handwriting. It is very nice handwriting. Red's like, man, that dude looked almost like some kind of wizard.
You need a dispel magic spell.
Hey, Red.
Yeah, Sam.
It'd probably be best if you head back on inside. Like, things could get real twitchy here soon. And like, if you get hurt, then there's a whole lot of liability that we'd be on the hook for.
If things go squirrely though, you could kind of might damage some of the neighborhood. I feel like somebody from the neighborhood should be here to witness it.
Mm.
Well, I'm sure there is door cameras all over the place. I'm sure we're getting documented.
Also, to be fair, everyone inside this building that we're attempting to help access will be able to witness it too.
Well, if you manage to get through. I mean, it knocked the big boy over there down. What happens if you do something and it like knocks the house next door down, or my house? He points across the street.
Just knocked him back a foot. Didn't knock him down.
So why were y'all trying to get through the glowy stuff? Like,
Oh, we just woke up one day and it was here. It was like, what is this? Bink, 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 bink.
Hmm.
I mean, y'all have already had more luck than we did. You at least put a window in it.
This is a real stretch because there's no reason my character would be able to really do this other than he's a little bit familiar with magic. Now we know the Crucible's estate has some magical history and is magically protected. To anything outside in the neighborhood that looks like it may have a supernatural element to it.
All the buildings around you look like relatively modern construction. In the last 15, 20 years anyway. Like I said, this is, the Crucible's estate is an older estate that was kind of here, probably somebody's country, little country estate when it was originally built. And Shavannah has just grown enough to sort of, that the outskirts kind of get up to it.
Can I go ahead and send an astral projection invisibly through Red's house?
Sure.
Just making sure there's no one like tied up in the basement or in like a
Or-
comatose state anywhere.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or surveillance sensor.
Which unison are you sending?
I guess Impulse, the red one.
Okay. So the red one lays down and starts astral projecting.
Did you pick Impulse because the guy's name is Red?
Yes.
So Impulse astral projection takes off. Red kind of looks at him. Is he just taking a nap?
Yeah, he does that sometimes. He's very impulsive.
You say impulsive, I say narcolepsy. Undiagnosed narcolepsy.
I notice you rainbow guys all sound the same.
Yeah.
That sounded vaguely homophobic.
They
Huh?
do that to confuse
What?
people.
Hold up. No. What? Hold. Time out, Recluse. Hold up. We do all sound the same. We're clones.
Red looks a little offended too. What are you talking about? They literally sound like the same person.
Yeah, it's like what vocal modulator you have in your suit?
No, we're just clones.
Bullshit. Clones aren't real.
Now, spider gods are real.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Mike Tyson Mysteries. They're discussing magic, and the ghost doesn't believe in magic, and the guy that's been turned into a pigeon by his ex-wife, doesn't believe in magic.
The ghost? Oh, okay.
And that was the ghost thing. Marcus, how can you not believe in magic? You're a ghost. Yeah, but ghosts are real. But anyway,
I will kind of whisper to Wolfwitch my idea that maybe there, which I actually got from Unison, is that maybe there is some sort of power source outside that we can disrupt.
she's like,
She'd
could
better
be.
to spot it than-
They might have just tied the spell off. Merged it with the spell that was already here. Now, when the Crucible gets out here, me and him may have to consult. I'll have to borrow somebody's phone. I'm not writing out entire conversations by hand. I will dictate. She looks over. Mott, you'll be my typist.
Can't you use voice to text?
Probably, but she's not necessarily into the high tech stuff. She knows how to run the register at her store. I don't know how much, but she knows past that. Okay, but Unison was flying through Red's house. The first thing you notice, zip to the front door into the living room. You got family photos all over the place. Red's not in any of them.
Ah, dang it.
Oh boy.
Now you don't find anybody. You don't in the living room. And the living room looks perfectly normal. you glance in the kitchen. There's some clean dishes in the dish rack. There's some dirty dishes sitting next to the, nothing excessive. Just like I said, you don't find anybody tied up. But in some of the bedrooms, you do see bodies.
Yo,
They dead?
Oh, definitely. They're also standing up. Some of them are badly decayed. Some of them aren't as badly decayed. Some of them you recognize as having military uniforms from a not so recent unpleasantness. Basically, some of them are in Civil War uniforms.
Oh, fun.
what?
At least a couple from both sides.
I will go ahead and zip through other homes and try to get a beat on how many there are.
You zip through several surrounding homes, and it's not all the homes. A couple of them you zip through. People are going about their everyday, just everyday stuff. There's an older lady who's just cleaning house, and watching soap operas, and there's nothing weird, in her house. It's just her and her cat. And her cat bristles a little bit as your projection goes by, but cats do that. Cats and dogs do that sometimes. It's not like it looks right at you or anything. It just sort of tenses up like something's off. But at least 5 of the surrounding houses seem to be harboring these, we'll just call them undead.
All right. Go ahead and just text everybody that information. And is everyone all right with just kicking off a fight while the barrier is up?
That's what.
Yeah, I'm
that's
fine
what-
with it.
Yeah, I was
Alright.
planning on that.
Unit will look at Red. Red, in our business, it's usually best to be up front, especially when you have as much manpower as we have. Are you a necromancer?
Oh, goodness, no.
Are you
I told you, I'm a
working
private
with,
contractor. People might know me a little better as Mr. Redrum.
Okay.
That's murder
Maybe it's time to-
backwards.
Can I go ahead and let that flash loose now, or should we just roll for initiative?
Roll for initiative, because with that question, you're not catching him by surprise either.
I figured as soon as we projected into his house, he'd be able to jig us up.
Remember,
Not many people can see my ghosts.
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
they
he
can
can
be
make
visible
his
when I choose
he can
them.
make his projections visible, but they don't have to be visible. Let me add everybody's turn.
Yeah, but yeah, let's.
No, don't open the character. Add a turn. Blame it. Did y'all bring Omniglot with you? I forget.
She was with us to get Wolf Witch, so technically yes.
All right, so she should be all right.
Also, before the fight kicks off, if possible, I go, hey, wait a minute. Do you remember?
Oh, and that
have
should
we?
be
He's like,
a-
remember? Have we met before?
Oh, I just remembered before the whole wild, mind-altering wave hit Earth.
He really kind of gets his arcs an eyebrow like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
All right, and then
So he's in social just like the rest of
All
the
right.
majority of the world.
You're not a psychic or a magician. It's all right.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
all right,
Oh.
so it's
Okay.
coordination for his initiative. Red could have done better.
Yay! Max roll. Me and Ray are ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And then a 5. All right, the Independence Ray gets a 12. Land Shark. Oh, yeah, you were the first one to roll. Yeah, okay. Unison got a 12. Already put it in. Recluse got a 9. Oh, and I need to roll for Omniglot didn't roll well at all.
It's still better than Redrum.
Yeah, Redrum did not do great. No, Redrum beat Omniglot by 1. And she beat the undead critters.
Oh, I've got a coordination of 6. What about you, Ray?
Mine is not. I think it's 5. So you're
Okay.
All right. All right. So top of the order is Unison.
Cool. This dude's about to get 6 mental blasts. I have no time to deal with this. I want to break a big magic barrier.
Yeah, hopefully the Crucible solution.
First blast is a 12.
All right. He resists that with his will, I believe.
Yes, it's a willpower.
All right.
She may have a really good willpower. I don't know.
All right. You got an 8.
All right, that's 2 damage, and I don't have a preset for that, so let's just 8 for a slam, and a 5 for a stun.
Not slammed.
All right, not slam, not stunned. Your base is so high that.
That's weird because the second roll hasn't shown up on my roll 20 yet, which is weird.
Well, just the base of your 7 plus is gonna beat it.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, so no problems there.
Does the 2 damage go through?
Yes, he does take the 2 damage.
All right. Second blast is a 9.
All right, he avoids that one without any trouble at all.
Third blast is a 12.
All right, he takes that
2
one.
damage. Fourth blast is a 9.
All right, no problem.
Fifth blast.
No problem.
And finally, I will do 1 telekinetic blast just to find out.
All right.
An 8.
All right, and that way he avoids that with his coordination and athletics.
Roll a 1. Oh, jeez.
He rolled a 6 instead and
How
got a
about I
total of
won 4?
14. He is
He's real-
very agile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't just, like, sidestep it, smooth Matrix style. He jumps back, does basically a backflip, catches himself on his hands, throws himself back up on his feet. And as he lands on his feet, he's produced 2 knives from somewhere.
Oh. Show off.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Redrum.
This is going to be like a whole thing, isn't it?
Alright, so that was all the Unisi.
Yep.
Independence Ray.
All right. Well, his agility might dodge this as well, but let's go ahead and give him a dazzle.
Alright.
Maybe I'll take a bit of edge off his agility.
You beat him by 3.
Okay. So that's going to be, I think it's going to be. Would that be 8 pages? Let me just check that to make sure. I really should have some more.
That's see. You beat him by 3, so that's a major. Yeah, I believe that's pages equal to power rank. Yeah.
Yep, 8 pages.
And it gives him a minus. It's not like he's completely blind, but he's got a -2 to anything he needs to use a side for.
That's right.
For any actions. His reactions, I don't think, are penalized. So, yeah. So he comes up looking kind of smug at Unison. And then Ray flashes him, and, he looks all startled. Ah! As one would. Recluse, you're up.
Long enough. Go.
And we have. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just bantering.
And we have a free tapping of that blind quality, right?
It's not really a quality per se. I think it's just a straight up penalty.
Yeah, it just gives just a debuff on him. On actions he takes.
All right. I don't want him to move anymore, and that sounds a lot more murderous than it actually is. I'm going to try and web him down. And I'm going to be tapping Blessed by the Crawling Gods, give myself a bonus to actually hit.
Alright. And that's his coordination. He got a 12, you got a 13, so you beat him by 1. Which I believe puts him in a partial hold. Which means he can act. But I believe he's at a -2 to anything other than escape.
In addition.
Forgot to use a multi-attack, but next turn, I guess. Would I still be able to punch him, or is my turn up?
Your turn is up.
Okay,
if you use fast attack on the same target, it's as helping yourself.
Right.
Landshark.
I am going to punch him.
Kerpow.
Add the bonus for him being
All right.
webbed.
So.
Do those penalties stack, by the way? I mean, they are different effects.
Yes, they would because they're different effects. All right, so his prowess is that, plus his 3 levels of martial arts, minus the total of 4 penalty he's got. Well, no, because those penalties are to his actions, not his reactions.
Okay.
I believe that's correct. Let me double check, see how it is worded.
Actions that rely on the dazzled senses. So, I guess if there's a distinction between actions and reactions, I think he's good to go. So.
Yeah, let me double check and make sure that's true. Movement, actions. Yeah, reactions are a separate category of things. Yeah. Okay. So basically, when he tries to hit one of y'all, he's gonna have a rough time of it. All right, but Landshark rolled a 10, so he needs to roll his. He got a 12, so does not beat Landshark by enough to get a free shot on him. And then it is Mr. Redrum's turn. Let's see. How many levels of fast attack does he have? Let's see. Fast attack 6. So that gives him 1 extra attack, I believe. I always have to double check fast attack. Let's see. Divide your fast attack level into your additional. Alright, so he gets 1 additional attack. That's all he gets. Okay.
Here's your milk ball.
So first, he's going to try to stab Landshark with one of the knives he's got. So that's his prowess plus his weapons, his expert weapon skill or mastery weapon skill, whatever the third rank of weapon skill is called. But he's at total of -4 for his action, so that drops it considerably. So we need to dodge a 9.
Oh,
Did not.
still guessing.
All right, so that's. But he only missed by 2. I mean, excuse me, you only missed the dodge by 2. So he only hit you by 2. So nothing hinky there, though there is hinkiness coming from somewhere else.
Oh,
Always hinkiness.
Always with the hinkiness. That is the nature of the superhero genre.
I'm going to guess that these knives are particularly nasty.
Let's see. Okay, there's no extra roll for this. As an individual power, it would be a coordination roll, but his triggers when he hits with the knives or whatever weaponry he's using. What level of damage reduction does Landshark have? Curtis.
6.
All right. All right. So that's reduced to 0. That's
Not
remains
coming through well.
navigated for duration. All right. So Landshark takes 5 points of damage as the knife sinks into him. Do not reduce that by anything.
Ooh.
And for his second attack, he is going to throw a knife at... Who does he think?
the one that weds him, or the one that blinded him, or the one that mind busted.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I will look suitably stunned.
Yeah, it just kind of goes in, then comes right back out. There's blood.
Yeah. Has Bruce ever bled before in combat?
Not this season.
I'm sure he has
Thanks
before.
a lot.
He's been slapped around and stuff before.
Been slapped around, but
We were in intergalactic
Never gutted by
war.
Yeah, it's a bled.
You know, he's never had somebody walk with just a normal looking knife and go pokey pokey. All right, so make a decision. he'll be going after one of the Unisons.
Hey, what's up? I'm Unison.
Where was he? Okay. So minimum roll of 6. All right, so you get out of the way as that knife goes flipping by.
Cool. Hey, be careful with that. Those hurt.
And you see him kind of reach up under his shirt and come back out with 2 more knives.
Mm-hmm. Sure, there's an endless supply underneath there.
And I hope you don't do sit-ups a lot.
Not when I'm wearing knives. Omniglot starts to move forward, but Wolf Witch motions over. You, come here. You're young. You'll have a cell phone. And then Wolf Witch, Mott, and Omniglot all group up around the little window. And you can see where the Crucible has come out. It is approaching the window with one of his little scribe guys. Wolf Witch basically goes, it's one guy, they can handle it.
I now feel like Wolf Witch has only pulled Omniglot over to be like, yes, I also have a scribe, because Mott didn't want to do it.
Look how educated she is there, sitting there in her graduation cap.
Yeah, she's still in her graduation gown.
And at that point is when you start hearing windows shatter in the nearby houses, and a flood of the dead start coming out of the houses.
Yep.
And they're not moving slow zombie-like. They're moving with some speed.
Yes, zombies.
They could have just gone through the front door. That's so much property damage.
But they didn't.
Man.
Well, at least those weren't like historical buildings like the Crucible's had.
I'm gonna have to make Spear pay for so many windows.
Spear's not responsible for what criminals do.
Now, if we did it, yeah.
Well, we instigated the fight rather than handling it through secondary means. It is Spear's fault.
Yeah, you're probably right. That sounds like some paperwork Ray's gonna need to take care of.
This is... If only I had super speed. No,
Yeah,
not that it would really help.
That's
I
like
mean,
a
it's not
number
like
of guys.
It is a number of guys.
Now that I think about it, super speed wouldn't make the task quicker from my perspective. It would still suck just as much. I just have time to do other stuff in the day.
That's the weird thing with comic book speedsters, though, is they can read an entire library in a few hours, and presumably that feels like normal time for them. But running across country, you never get the impression that it feels like all that long to them.
It depends on how that character and or the writers are handling how they process information.
Yeah. A lot of times it's that they have a jacked up reflexes, too.
If you have more, you're screwed because you're basically...
You have to remember that speed is a relative muscle that you use. If you choose to focus it, time will slow down for you because you are focused on being faster in the brain. Whereas if you're like, I don't want to think about how far I'm running, you shut that part down so it just feels like regular time, but you're going very fast.
Might do.
Unless your raiders Alan more, then your life is a endless series of statues.
There was a comic called Common Grounds that I think
I remember that.
In the first issue you had somebody interviewing Silver Bullet, and yeah, he's got issues. He's memorized every billboard in the continental United States. He's trying to get permission to go up into Canada, and he's looking forward to having new billboards. All right, so the undead folk, they make it on the battlefield. They don't get to attack anybody this round. But there are several of them, and there's more coming. There's another wave behind these. And then we're back at the top of the order with Unison.
I mean, I guess it's almost as cool as fighting Nazis.
Well, the tokens I threw out is, a Civil War zombie.
You said
Now,
it was
do we
mixed.
know?
Yeah, it's a mix of that old and more recent. Some of them are obviously corpses, but aren't like super decayed. Modern day, relatively modern day preservation techniques and all that.
No,
Somebody
but there-
definitely hit a
there-
graveyard around here somewhere, though.
For all we know, these could be Civil War reenactors who just recently died.
No, the Civil War guys are looking pretty decayed.
Okay.
Not. Yeah, none of
remember
them
you
are looking great.
mentioning, okay. I remember you mentioning various states of decay, but I guess
Yeah.
the fresher ones are more recent.
Right,
conflict.
and you can kind of tell by clothing. The ones in the older style clothing are looking rougher.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Although
Okay.
I wouldn't put it past Mr. Redrum to wipe out an entire Civil War reenactment just for cannon fodder.
Wow, y'all are really making him out like he's some kind of psycho.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna continue to mentally blast Redrum. 13.
12, so he takes 2 points of damage.
2 points. 9.
Oops, clicking the wrong window. All right, he's fine.
13 again.
Ooh, that's not good. He rolled minimum roll of 8,
That-
so
2
massive
roll damage.
success. So that's 2 more damage.
6 slam, 6 stun. I think you have a 7 on both, so it doesn't matter.
Yep, you're right. 10 and 12.
Second blast, 13.
You gotta quit rolling 13s. He rolled a 10,
2 damage.
so 2 more damage.
That's 1, 2, 3, and 4 shots. So 5th shot is an 11.
And a 10.
Point.
Redrum goes down.
Yay! What about the zombies?
Redrum didn't make the zombies. He just orders them around.
Yep, we're still gonna have to kill all the zombies. But I've got 1 unison left, and I am going to steal me some knives.
Okay, you grab the knife. They look like normal old, they're high quality. They were high quality knives. They
they're
don't look
not like-
ancient. They don't look antique.
But they're not like magic, as in the knives are what's penetrating.
You could try stabbing Landshark and see.
Landshark, can I stab you with a knife?
Oh, Curtis has stepped away. Curtis has stepped away.
I'll stab
Oh
myself.
well, you didn't say no.
I have a carapace. I'll stab myself with the. Like my copy will stab themselves with it. I'm not that deranged.
Hey, Landshark, can I stab you with my steely knife?
I just got it from the guy that stabbed you.
So, are you giving it a good hard go? Like you're actually trying to get through the carapace. It's,
Yeah, I'm just checking to see, like, does it just go straight through the carapace, or does it tick off?
the carapace. It ticks off. The carapace stops it.
He's
So
he's
the Brent's like
powered
the
the
power.
knives. I toss the knives on the ground next to him.
You can keep them then.
Yeah, the regular knife. If he had like super powered knives, obviously I need to collect the super powered knives because those are dangerous. If he's the power, those are just knives. He's allowed to have just knives. There's no law against that. He probably bought them with his money. They're his.
Hey, Curtis, you missed Unison asking Landshark if he could stab him.
If I could stab him,
I knocked out Redrum,
uh-huh.
who stabbed you with a knife and it went straight through you. So I was
Oh,
like,
okay,
I
right.
wanted to know the knives were magic or if it was him being powered.
Gotcha.
We discovered it as him being powered.
Or maybe the knives are magical and just don't work for you. Mm-hmm.
Also, there's like a bunch of zombies that need to be handled. But I'm out of actions, so Ray, your go.
Yep, Ray's up next.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what's
I
now
was
there.
kind of hoping the
the
zombies.
I'm sorry.
I was kind of hoping the zombies would, go away when Redrum was incapacitated,
But they
obviously
didn't.
not.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
turns out
Redrum.
he's most of them,
Go,
which
go
means
ahead.
someone supplying him with zombies.
All right, so what is Ray doing?
Murder based.
Oh yeah, so the first wave of zombies is at us now, right?
Right, they have gotten, the first wave has gotten to you, but they spent their action, they spent their turn moving to you.
And there's more on the way. Is that correct?
Right, there's another wave behind this one.
Hmm.
Now this is most of them. The stragglers. There's like there's 5 stragglers.
Okay, so not that many.
Yeah, you've got the people I've thrown tokens down for. Not that the viewers can see them, but that's the current way that you can interact with. Well, you've got ranged attack, so you can shoot the stragglers if you felt like it. But no, but the ones I've thrown down are the ones that can interact with y'all this round.
Okay. If it were like dozens, like a real mass wave of them, I'd be tempted to uh blast like a crater to slow them down. But if it's just like a 5 and what is it? Probably maybe a equivalent number at us right now.
Yeah,
I
there's
will
8
take
within
the
range of you now.
Okay, that's not. Yeah, that's not. I don't think that quite qualifies for property damage quite yet, unless they're like super strong zombies. But in the meantime, I will take to the air and I'll actually try blasting one of the 5 that are on their way.
Okay.
And I have to reopen my character sheet because I closed it now.
Well, I think this HOA sucks, so I'm not really worried about property damage.
Oh, all HOAs suck, but but that's paperwork. So I'm gonna see if we can get by in this one with a minimum of disruption to the locals. Oh, here we are. Light blast. Sorry, and there we go. Boom.
So you got a major success on him. And you do how much damage?
8. And the possibility of slam, I guess.
It doesn't matter. When you do 8 points of damage to him, he just kind of goes. Pfft. There's dust. There's limb bones flying everywhere. Miscellaneous ribs.
Apologies to the descendants of that or fallen soldier.
The body's not fresh, so there's not like any goopy insides.
Although now that I think about it, I might have to think about that because their descendants are. There's bound to be at least one upset descendant from the results of today's fight. But you know what? That's tomorrow's problem.
All right, so that was Ray. Recluse.
Is there like a street lamp around here I could just like rip off the post and start swinging? Because I don't want to get near them. They're not, probably won't turn into a zombie if they bite me, but I don't want to inhale corpse dust either.
Oh yeah, there's street lights. This area is lit.
I'm just gonna scuttle up to one and just grab, yank.
Yeah, this is a nice enough neighborhood. They're a little decorative, so there's a little squealing of metal as you twist and pull and pop it off. It's trailing bits of electrical wire.
That's fine. And if one gets close, I'm gonna take a swing at it.
Oh yeah, some of them are coming at you. You can go ahead and take an attack if you want to.
Roll 20's being, or the sheet's being weird. There we go.
Oh, yeah, there it popped up. Lamp. All right. So, I don't. Well,
I like how
it's
you made that
possible
roll.
for him to get a tie at least, but he did not. You do more than 7. You could do more than 7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he goes away. You swing, and it just cleanly takes his head off. The body drops at that point. The head goes down the street. Hits the ground, skips a little bit.
Okay, well at least that you could reassemble that corpse, or some poor spear intern will be able to reassemble that corpse.
You could probably reassemble the one Ray shot. You just need to get, a paleontologist or something. Somebody that's used to assembling very broken up skeletons.
Okay, so it's not literal dust.
No. Not the whole thing. There was some dust. And land shark.
I will punch the nearest skeleton.
Okay.
And it didn't take my roll. Let me try again.
All right, that one went through.
Ooh, good
Land
roll.
shark uses kapow. And Max rolled.
Mm-hmm. That one's going to be dust.
Beat the creature by 6. And yeah, this one powders pretty good.
I'll punch with one hand and cover my mouth with the other.
Yeah, right. This is why you wore a mask.
All right, but you did make physical contact.
Oh boy.
So let's see.
Uh-oh.
You need to roll the higher of your strength or regeneration, which with land shark, I don't think you have regeneration. So give me a strength roll.
Ooh, are we about to get affliction?
Holy crap, are these infectious?
You didn't bite him.
Oh,
He just
boy.
touched it.
Apparently that's all it takes.
Either affliction or aura.
We're about to have a dead shark.
Nah.
Zombie
Shark's
shark.
too strong.
Sharks are naturally resistant to disease. Okay, but you rolled a 12 versus his 8, so so you got a major success.
Mm-hmm.
Do I sense? I mean, am I clueless that something almost got me?
You shrugged it
Or
off
would I
really
be-
easily, but I shouldn't penalize you for a really good roll. So you feel a slight wave of kind of nausea run over you. But just barely lasts a second.
I'm just wondering if I'm encouraged to use a lamppost like Recluse in the future.
You punched it and you felt kind of sick for a second. Now, whether Bruce assumes that is some sort of power being used, or whether he just thinks punching corpses are gross, up to him.
Just the powder got to me. The dust.
Oh,
Yeah, you and every CEO in the 90s.
And professional wrestlers.
That was in the 80s.
Late 80s,
And
early
the
90s.
90s.
Well, probably most of the 80s and early 90s. Alright, so that was Land Shark. Then it's Mr. Redrum, who is out. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Oh no, he has regeneration.
He does have regeneration.
Redrum?
Uh,
Yeah, but how fast does that work? If I recall correctly, it doesn't work out.
It can activate when you're unconscious.
Yeah.
Because remember, we all
Power level, it can work pretty fast.
and remember we always we usually let it activate as soon as it happens, and then you have to count the rounds after that. Because I know Muckboot got up right afterwards several times.
Muckboot could get up with 2 stamina on the next turn.
Huh.
Because that's kind of the Trickster generation is it's essentially you getting to do the determination wake up, but at a kind of a much weaker state unless you have a ton of points into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Let's see.
I will go reread it to make sure we didn't mess up when we did it the first time, but
I think it was kind of vague as to exactly when it kicked in. But it can't kick in more than that many rounds, there's so many rounds within each other. So Redrum, Mr. Redrum, stands back up. Now he's still got one leg kind of webbed to the ground. His eyes are still kind of dazzled. But luckily somebody threw his knives down right next to him. So he comes up with a knife in each hand.
all right. So if he goes down again, he can get back up in 10 pages. So we only got to put him down one more time.
So then he will fast. He can't move. Nobody's standing next to him, so he fast attacks to throw a couple of knives. He'll throw one at Landshark. No, I take that back. He will throw 2 of them at different unisons.
I don't know why he doesn't like me.
Hey,
Yeah, well, I thought about that. He probably really likes unison a lot less, so.
I'm 2 different unisons.
How many unisons do you have present?
I mean, I'm not complaining. I was just being silly.
Yeah.
I've been operating on the standard 6.
Okay.
You can throw them at me.
That's right, because you've been shooting him that many times. Well, no, I had to think for a second. Well, who would he see as most dangerous? Probably the guy that fried his brain. He's not smiling and looking neighborly now. He is quite displeased with what was going on.
Genuinely, I'll let you surrender.
All right, so throws one at Miscellaneous Unison. We'll say the yellow one if the yellow one's around. And he dodged with an 8. You can probably get out of the way of that.
Got it with a 10. Not good enough to catch the knife, but...
And a 9 for the next one.
And a 7.
All right, so...
Roll that sweet D6 on a 6, it'll be me.
Is Red still astral projecting, or did he come back?
Nah, he came back after sweeping the houses.
Okay. All right, you said there was how many of you?
Currently 6.
All right, I'm going to roll a 6-sided dice. If it comes up a 1, that's the real you.
Okay.
How did it come up? Oh, I rolled with a +1 modifier by mistake.
But you rolled a 6.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So roll a 6, so it's not going to be the real you. So yeah, punch, because I know your carapace is like 5 or 6. So yeah, punch, his knife flies through the carapace like it's not there. Embeds in the copy, doing actual damage to the copy pops.
Yep.
To which he suddenly looks happy again. You're like balloon animals.
There's like a whole complicated technological system that teleports them out when they receive fatal wounds, but yeah. I'm like balloon animals.
Yeah, the balloon animal thing is simpler. It'll go over better with the kitties.
1 second left.
I don't want to know what children you're telling stories to.
Everybody, okay. Everybody at the everybody at the domes doing dome things, and then we were back up to unison. Oh wait a minute, did I skip the? Oh, I apologize. I was deleting zombies as you killed them, and I deleted the one that I had put in the turn order.
Yes, unfortunately, there are now going to be 6 zombie actions on top of us, and then some more coming then at the back.
Yep. I believe they had a 5 because I believe they were dead last. All right. So before unison, it is the zombies. All right. 2 zombies go after Land Shark. 2 zombies go after Recluse. Are the unisons flying or standing or? Taylor?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Are the unisons flying or standing?
They're just standing around.
All right. So 2 zombies go after a unison.
Man, I'm glad I have a mask on for this.
Let's see. There's 5 unisons now. So I roll a d6. One will always be hit in the original. If I roll a 6, I'll re-roll. All right, 3, so it's going to be another one of the copies that they're going after. We'll go ahead and take care of that first. There's 2 of them. They are aiding each other, so it's only going to be 1 roll. But they have a +2 because they're using their plus to make contact.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter if they do damage if they've got that power thing going on.
So you need a prowess roll and beat an 8.
I'll take
problem.
a 10.
Yeah, they don't seem to be trying to bite you or punch you. They're trying. It's like they're trying to grab you or just touch you.
No, thank you. You're gross.
No, personal space. All right, 2 of them are going after Land Shark. Same setup. Each pair is helping each other. So
Eat brains. You've picked the wrong shark.
It's gonna be a light snack for you.
all right, so that is an 8. The Land Shark needs to parry. Well, you only had to roll once, Land Shark.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're aiding. They are aiding each other, so it's given. I'm making 1 roll at a +2.
Okay, sorry.
But the lowest of those rolls beats it. Yeah. So that's a major success. So yeah, you get out of the way, no problem. And then the last one goes after Recluse, which they're going to have to roll ridiculously high, and Recluse roll ridiculously low for there to even be a chance. That's respectably close. Recluse dodged with a 12, which beats the 11 they rolled to hit him. And then we have, let's see, because Ray blew up or popped one of the 5 that were coming up. So we've got 4 that are just now arriving on the scene.
Very nice.
2 of them seem to be approaching where most of the fighting is going on. The other 2 seem to be heading towards the people at the dome. But they don't get there. They'll act normally next round. Speaking of next round, it's next round. Unison, you're up.
And how many are going towards people at the dome?
There's two of them going towards the dome.
I've got 5 people to act. I'll go ahead and take one telekinetic blast at a Zombo that's headed towards dome people.
Okay.
On
Give
a
me an attack
9.
roll. And their coordination is... a 6, so major success.
6 damage.
Oh, they actually survived that.
Ah, poop.
Because it takes, I believe they have 7 stamina. Yes. So he's got 1 stamina left.
Alright, well, I will go back to mentally blasting Redrum. On a 13.
That's it. Just leave your sister deal with zombies on her own.
Soften them up.
Alone.
2 damage.
Alright. So he's not looking happy. He's still up, though.
Second blast on a 10.
Oh, come on now. Dice
2
roll is
damage.
killing me. He is still up, but just barely.
Third shot on a 13.
Ooh.
Oh, a 12. He got so close. If he just rolled 1 higher.
Before this lands, I'll just look at him. Unit, Night Shift, Impulse, Stormwatch, or Skywatch, Overshield, and Novice. You hated me in a previous life, and you'll hate me in this one. And give him that 2 damage.
Yeah, he drops.
Alright, so that was 1, 2, 3.
And he is, he is basically out. Unless this fight takes an awfully long time.
Alright, I have 1 person left to do a telekinetic blast at the Zombo I already injured.
Okay.
On an 11.
And this is coordination to dodge. I keep having to check because I keep forgetting which is his coordination, which is his prowess. He got an 8. He's gone.
Alright.
Alright, Independence Ray.
Alright. I'll go ahead and blast at the other zombie heading for the dome.
Okay. Protect the specialists.
That is an incredibly powerful light blast.
Oh, incredibly precise. I really should do more trick shots. I gotta start thinking about that. In fact, actually, I was gonna try a trick shot. I was gonna try to blast one zombie and try to knock it into the one who was damaged, but you took care of it.
Excuse me.
That's not to say I couldn't do that again, though. Just try to knock him into one of the other zombies. Is that a thing I could do still?
Sure. You've got enough movement with your flight that you can move around to the angle you would need to.
Yeah, like shooting pool. And with a 14 as an attack roll, I'm hoping that will be enough to at least get some wham.
I think the way we're going to do this power stunt is basically you're power stunting fast attack. So mechanically, you'll just take 2 attacks. But that second attack will actually be the first guy being propelled into the second guy.
Okay. Now, is that something I have to... do I need to spend determination, or could I try to activate that in some other way?
You could take trouble.
You know what? I'll just spend the point.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm not sure. Oh, actually, I could have. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll do that next round. So should I just generate 2 rolls then, or how does?
Yeah, it'd be 2 separate rolls. Mechanically, it's just going to be 2 separate attacks.
Okay. So okay? So does that 14 count for the first attack, or do I have to generate 2 fresh? rolls.
No, we'll count the 14. So yeah, you definitely creamed the first guy, or powder him, whichever. It's solid enough that the body goes flying rather than disintegrating, though.
Got it.
So yeah, so you send this guy flying into one of his buddies that had been approaching, and you take out both of them.
Okay.
And they're dressed like something from the late 70s or the early 80s, so a lot fresher than the Civil War veterans.
Yeah, I do feel like I'm. I feel Ray does feel a little conflicted, given that these are fellow veterans, but
But their veterans have been disturbed by
still,
their rest, and you were putting them back to rest.
that's true. But I will definitely prioritize keeping these remains intact and identifiable during the cleanup, just to respect their living
Mhm.
descendants. But that's tomorrow. Again, that's tomorrow's problem.
Yeah. Save the world first.
Yes.
I'm glad none of that was out loud.
Why's that?
Just the statement of like, yeah, I want to take care of them, but because I'm also a veteran, I want to take care of these desiccated corpses. It's like, so if they weren't veteran corpses, you would be less careful.
Yeah,
And not all of them are.
Right.
And not all of them
No,
are.
no.
They're not all soldiers.
That's a fair point. Yeah, you're right.
But
I would take care no matter what.
but it's Savannah. Some of your larger graveyards have got people from quite a ways back. Anyway, Recluse is up.
I'm gonna scuttle back just out of grabbing distance from the zombies and then pop them both on the head with the lamp.
Okay. Whack-a-mole style.
Fine.
Yep.
I like them all.
Oh wait, I forgot they've got martial arts, don't they?
Oh, Kung Fu zombies.
Well, they have some training in fighting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know martial arts isn't strictly martial arts.
So that 9 should be a 10. That's all. But that one goes up against the 12, so that one loses. And then the next one goes up against the 9. So one of them manages to get out of the way. The other one, you hit and you drive the skull partially into its torso and it falls back.
And in 1981, a movie was released called Kung Fu Zombie. That is all.
Wow, all the bad zombie movies me and Mom watched. How in the world did I not see that one? I mean, I saw Raiders of the Living Dead, so I've seen some really bad ones. There's a kid in that one that turns stereo systems into laser guns that kill zombies.
Wow.
It's like they couldn't even go, well, it's a sound thing. No, the sound equipment makes lasers now.
I don't even think MacGyver could pull that off.
Could have. Okay. I am going to follow Recluse's lead and grab a lamp and use it as a bat to swing at zombies. Does it take my action to grab a lamp?
No, you're strong enough you can rip one of them up without any issue. And you're literally on the sidewalk. There are lamps just sitting, just standing around.
Okay. Well, then I shall take my swing. Too bad.
Ooh, you clobber him. So you swing, you catch him in the side. He just sort of, this poor zombie just sort of, or corpse, just sort of folds around the, sideways, probably not really meant to bend that much that direction. And as you finish the swing, he goes flying off the pole and, into the dome barrier. And thump to the ground. He don't get back up. Wolf Witch is like, that was a little close, Bruce.
Baseball's not my sport.
Then it's Mr. Redrum. So 1 round has passed. Every time his turn comes up, I'm marking when can he get back up.
That's fair.
Just so I remember.
Was have to remember the pie.
All right, and then it is the zombies. All right, so Landshark got rid of 1, so the new one wandering up will wander up to reinforce that the other one on Landshark. So there winds up still being 2 on Landshark.
But they're tag teaming it again, right?
Correct. So it's a 9 to avoid being grabbed by him. And Landshark gets out of the way. Same thing on one of the Unison peoples. Need to dodge a 10 and a 13. Or parry, or whatever they want to call it.
Upper back.
An 11 and an 8.
Alright, so the 8 got him. Ooh, and it got the real him.
Ooh,
Oh wow.
Alright, so he walks up, they kind of, working together, they manage to, oh no, wait, I'm sorry. That'd be each one of them doing individual. Hang on. I flubbed that up. I should not have rolled twice. Because they were working together. Well, I'll just take the plus.
I'll take roll a 12 then.
I'll take the +2 off. So the 10 would have been an 8, and the 13 would have been a 11. So it would have still hit. Okay. So he grabs you. It's not doing any. Like it's grabbing you, not like punching you or trying to bite you. So you need to give me a strength or regeneration roll, depending on which is higher and which one you have. Versus the rank of its affliction.
Rough.
So you need to beat an 8.
I got a 9.
And you do. You feel a wave of nausea and weakness. You where Landshark with what he rolled just kind of had that slight nauseous feeling. You feel nauseous and there's like you've kind of you feel weak for a second. Like if you've ever had a bad case of the flu or COVID or something, you have that kind of just fatigue.
Indeed.
But it kind of rolls over you and it's gone.
Don't throw up in the helmet.
Note to self. Make improvements to the helmet. Give it drain vents at the bottom.
I mean, I have a thing that opens for me to eat, but I really don't want that to smell bad.
And going after Recluse.
and
Let's see. And these are working together, so it's just 1 roll +2. Ooh, they rolled really well with a 12, but not as well as Recluse's 14. Back to the top of the order with Unison.
Alrighty then. It is time to telekinetically blast a whole bunch of undead. Because they're not in their graves. I don't respect them. First, the 2 on me.
In your grave.
11 on the first one in front of me.
Alright, and this would be their... this is a TK blast, so this is just a regular old coordination. And they don't have athletics,
the
so
zombies would not be coordinated, so I'm using
not
that.
particularly. I mean, better than zombies out of a zombie movie.
Yeah, they were fast zombies.
All right then, let's go ahead and roll. Let's see, on a 6 damage, so Slam for 10, stun for 8.
All right. Slam would be their strength. All right, so they get slammed, or it gets slammed, and then versus the stun, it is not stun.
Yeah, it's just knocked back a ways.
Yeah, and it's knocked prone or whatever. Let's see. So that one's got one left.
And I'll just do another. My shots aren't at a negative against it, are they?
No.
Okay, then yeah, I'll take another shot at it. On an 11.
It got a 6. So
It's done and dusted then.
That one is done and dusted.
Next one on me on an 11.
All right. Got a 6.
And a 9.
Got a 10.
Oh,
He's still
oh,
sitting. He's
and
still got 1 hit point or 1 stamina.
Alright, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 shots. So my 5th shot will still be on the one on me. On an 11.
He only got a 10. He goes away.
Cool.
Yeah.
Independence Ray.
I can't punch mountains in half, so it takes 2 of me per one of them. I'm sorry I could not assist the rest of you.
That's fine.
How many?
Get good,
How many
dude.
zombies left?
There are 4 zombies left.
Okay. So I'm gonna try that stunt again, but this time I'll accept some trouble just for fun. I will propose that I can get the fast attack stunted again, but in the process of angling the shot just right, I remain close enough to be attackable.
That sounds fair. That sounds fair.
All right.
So you have to drop down low, and put your back to 2 of them.
That's right. So the first hit is first attack is a. Oh yeah.
Yep. And then the second attack. Yep. All right. Who do you clear? Who do you clear? Do you get Land Shark free of them or Recluse free of them?
Oh, that's right. They each have 2. I will. You know what? I'll clear Bruce.
Recluse probably is better at dodging, so that's probably the tactical thing to do.
Oh, I was just thinking because I know Bruce better because we're coworkers. But yeah, that's a much better answer.
You work with Recluse too?
Yeah, I know. That's that. Yeah.
Recluse, you know who his favorite is now.
We've already established that Ray has an issue with bugs.
Fair enough.
Oh, did we? I forgot about that.
I think it was a joke that was made. I think it was a joke made the last time Land Shark was your favorite.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think in season 2, it might have just been like some headcanon I included in my character write-up, but I was a little queasy around Recluse in the beginning of my as clear assignment.
I think I remember you mentioning that, or maybe you sent it to me. I forget. But all right, so Ray cleared 2 of them. Recluse, can you finish them off?
So.
There's just one more left on me, right?
Is it just 1?
I think there's 2, aren't there?
I know I took out 1.
And Ray got 2.
No. I think you're right. I think I may have forgotten to delete 1.
Yeah, I took out 2 last page and then this page.
So there's just the 1 left on Recluse.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna just multi-attack it. It's basically going to sweep it out at its ankles with the lamppost, and as it's falling, bring it down right on top of its head.
Okay.
So that is a +2.
Oh yeah. Zombie is no more.
Oh. Is that the last one?
That was it.
All right, my trouble doesn't activate unless Redrum gets back up and shanks me in the shin or something.
No, y'all got another like 9 rounds. We got 8 after this current round. All right, so combat is over.
So have our mystical specialist team figured out how to solve the campaign?
They seem to be over there in deep discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, to be fair, this fight lasted about 3 minutes.
If that long.
So because he got up in the middle of a fight, I am going to have a couple of copies just kind of standing around.
Are you going to secure him in any way?
Yeah, maybe you should de-knife him while you're at it.
Yeah, Recluse is gonna go over there and just go through his pockets, disarm him, and then just spray him down onto the tarmac.
When he woke up, he went for the knives that were on the ground. I think those are the knives that he had.
Recluse pats him down. The pile of knives that you have when you are done disarming him, you're not sure how he walked around without clanking. Some of them you're not sure how he was even planning to get to them in a rapid fashion.
Like, was he even wearing a jacket, or what's going on with this here?
He had them tucked up under his shirt on front and back, and they weren't real big knives. They were like throwing knives for the most part.
Yeah. But still, that's a lot of metal.
Down the pants leg, as you examine it, you realize there's even like little Velcro slitted areas in his pants where he could reach down and grab one off his calf or something.
Oh wow! Oh, like terrorist shorts, like what the strippers wear.
It's probably where he got the design idea.
He was watching Magic Mike and he thought, I got a great idea.
Anything like that?
Beg pardon?
Does he have a phone on him, a wallet, anything like that?
He doesn't have a wallet on him. Yeah, he had a phone in his pocket.
Take his phone and just web him down, like leave him enough space around his head to breathe. He's annoying.
Did he have a knife in his? Does he have a knife hidden under his tongue?
Under his what now?
His tongue.
No, not quite.
Okay.
So yeah, y'all get him secured. He will not be a problem.
Mm.
The rest of this session, anyway. So yeah, you get back over there. The Mystics are in deep discussion. Omniglot is, she's acting as, she's typing stuff out as fast as Wolf Witch can dictate it. And she's got one of those folding phones, so she's got it spun around where she got the keypad on one side and the words can come up on the other side.
She's still using a flip phone. No wonder she doesn't have voice text.
No, not a flip phone. One of the new folding phones with the folding screen.
Oh.
So you can fold the screen around backwards where it,
Oh, that's neat.
Top of the line phone.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that the Crucible's little scribe is trying to keep up with her. And doing a remarkably good job for somebody writing by hand.
Gotta get some hand
his handwriting going this fast is not quite as good. It's still very clear, but it's not as pretty.
No John Hancock flourishing.
Yeah. But y'all woke up. Omniglot kind of glances back at y'all. This started off as fascinating, and now I can't keep up with what they're doing. I mean, I can keep up with what they're saying, but I don't know what it all means.
Technical jargon, I guess.
Basically, yeah. Which usually I'm good with, but this isn't something I've studied. I need to remedy that.
I got a few books in my apartment I can toss you once everything's settled.
Yeah. I mean, if your apartment's still there.
Oh God, please let it be there.
Now, Recluse, you've got a little occult skill.
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep up with a little bit. It's they're clearly working on a spell to bring down whatever sort of binding Lady Feyre put on this side. If they can get the field back to what it's supposed to be, then the guys inside can drop it. But they can't affect the spell she overlaid on the outside. They can't from inside. They can't affect it. So they need somebody on this side to. Yes, and Wolfwitch starts rattling off orders. One of you flyers, get up in the air and take pictures. Over those stones. Get up in the air where you can take pictures of those stones. I think I just poked my mic.
Sure.
You get pictures. She tells Landshark to go look around some of the decorative flower beds and stuff. She needs rocks at least the size of a fist. Bigger is fine, but at least the size of a fist. Bring her as many of them as you can find. So like the little gravel that's in some of them ain't gonna do any good, but the bigger ones that sometimes mark the boundaries of a flower bed or something.
Oh, right.
Or maybe the little pavers that you walk on. Bruce could probably break those into the right size pieces. So y'all spend 30 or 40 minutes. Other people from the neighborhood, after the sounds of the fighting died down, some of them are standing on their porches kind of looking in y'all's direction. Somebody's got a pair of binoculars. And you hate to say that somebody looks nosy, but this lady, it's an older lady, and she just looks nosy. But she's got her binoculars out, looking down your way. Nobody is quite approaching you.
Can I, if I have any spare time, can I log into the what is it, the neighborhood app, and see if anyone's talking about us online?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, just out of curiosity. Also, that might expose us to pharaonic surveillance.
Yeah, fair enough. And if you remember, not a lot of people are using the internet.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
A lot of the sites and stuff are still up. A lot of the equipment is still running.
People just forgot about it.
Right, it's like not forefront in their minds. If you have some necessary job, you remember it's there to use it for your job.
Oh boy, maybe Farrell it did make the world a better place.
Maybe so.
She single-handedly eliminated internet trolldom, unless they're professional firms. But then they're just only offending other professional trolls. Anyway.
But, so yeah, 30, 45 minutes. She starts laying the stones Bruce has gathered. She starts laying them out in patterns similar to what the Crucible and his people had put inside. She has everybody stay back except her and Mott. They start working some magic, and you see like this gossamer kind of layer of something. it's very thin. You couldn't really perceive it when it was attached to the dome, but it sort of peels off the dome and floats over the air before it dissipates. At that point, the Crucible rears back one of his gauntleted hands and just strikes the dome, and the entire dome comes down.
Nice.
Yes.
Welcome back to the road.
Glad to be back. We were having some difficulty keeping enough water.
Oh, shoot.
There's a well on the property, and enough of it was, within the dome that we could, it would have done us fine had we been able to leave and come back.
So how long do you think before Madame Feyre figures out that her spell's been disrupted?
5 minutes.
If we're lucky.
Y'all want to come with us to our secret hideout?
And while he's talking, the guys in the robes have come flooding out of the building.
How many are there?
There's a dozen or so.
Gonna be a cramped plane.
They're running into the neighboring houses
Oh.
and running back out with all the bottled water they could carry.
Oh.
Are they about to put the shield back up?
Yeah, but
It will be safest that way.
we don't want Madame Feyre getting a hold of Crucible's goodies.
Understood.
That'd be very bad. And she came here in person the first time. I assume she would have to do so again. And I hope that we will keep her busy enough that she doesn't have the chance. Sherman didn't burn Shavannah. I don't plan on giving this woman a chance either.
So we're gonna evacuate, I guess, all the mystical goodies from this from the estate.
No, they're just going to sell them all for right now.
I'm sorry.
Crucible tells you no. We're gonna seal it back up for right now.
Oh, I thought you said sell. I was like, what?
That's what it sounded like to me too.
Nope, this has become a pain in the butt. Garage sale. We're getting rid of it all. But he's like, we will.
Let's go.
Too many people know that I'm based out of here now, so we will be changing facilities. But that's a long-term project. Unimportant until we take care of Auset.
Oh,
Auset?
that was the name.
Auset.
All right.
It's a woman's name.
So
I believe it means throne.
Oh, that's subtle.
Yes, it was considered a bold name to give somebody.
I'm sorry. What does the name translate for?
It translates to something like throne, if I remember correctly.
Ah.
And there was a notation that it was considered kind of a bold name to give somebody.
Sure.
But she's a bold sort,
when
so
you
her
name
parents
it,
got to
it's
hit
like-
it the nail on the head.
It's like being named Prince or Queen or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good comparison, yeah.
So, any idea how she was able to pull off and Reclusius gestures in the air, mind whammy, world altering shenanigans?
She is remarkably powerful, but not powerful enough to do that. There had to be some sort of artifact, perhaps some sort of pool of power that she knew of. There are such things in Egypt. And if some of them, if something had been left there gathering power since her day, she may have had an enormous well of power to draw from.
So-
that means it's been charging, and its power is not infinite.
That would be correct, yes.
Crucible, you do remember like the whole steel incident with the satellites and everything, correct?
Yes, I recall it happening.
Did those affect you?
He pauses for a second. Much like this time, I was not wearing the armor. When the effect happened, the armor encased me on its own. I was not immune to her spell particularly, but the armor defended me.
Okay, and the same with steel. Okay.
Yes, the same even with the technological based attack.
Because Offset does not have the power to trigger this event a second time currently, and she is attempting to use the steel satellites as a makeshift band-aid until she recovers enough power.
I wouldn't expect her to be able to create another spell of quite that magnitude. But if she gets the satellites going, it wouldn't affect me, but it might affect even some of the people that were not affected by her initial spell.
Now, we already have steel 80% on our side. Because he has notes that show that he had already built the satellites after being instructed to build them, and he thought that was very strange, and we were able to explain enough to get him not on Osset's side.
So when you explained the truth to him, he had noticed enough oddities that it all made sense to him.
Yes, even though he did not recollect memories, but he understood something was wrong.
I see.
So, to plane, or do you have other business here?
He looks around, once his people give him kind of the high sign, he sets the barrier back up. And once it's up, it curtains itself. So it looks like it did when y'all first arrived. The window is gone.
And second question, do you think you three, and I point at the magics, I don't know how your powers work well enough to know if you're trackable. If she'll be able to kind of trace you like a chemical trail.
Wolf Witch tells you, as far as her and Mott shouldn't be able to, unless they're doing something big magical, then it becomes a little easier.
No, yeah.
Crucible tells you he is shielded.
All right,
But
cool.
if we
I just
get the
didn't want.
three of you to Memphis.
I just didn't want to bring a trap into the secret base.
Now, the guy that was acting as the Crucible Scribe, he is also still out there. But he's pretty much in the same boat as Wolf Witch. If he was involved in doing some big ritual thing, which he's probably not strong enough to do on his own, but he is a competent magician. He is not one of these Doctor Strange world-class ones.
If we get the three of them to Memphis, can they track down whatever item
If it's in Memphis, yes.
Pharaoh's using?
Truthfully, even if she's depleted it, there's probably enough of a aura still about it that as long as we're in Egypt, we can probably find it. Since she has tapped into it.
I'll also generally wave to Redrum. Also, what are we gonna do with this guy?
You see one of the Pharaoh's people? I saw him fighting you.
He said he's a private contractor. I assume he's one of the Pharaoh's people.
Probably. But is he evil or simply brainwashed?
Definitely evil.
Oh, his
I'm
name's
gonna,
Murder
I'm gonna grab
backwards.
my knife wood and say he's pretty evil.
Oh,
He's
when you do
literally
that, Mott's like, "Oh, I hadn't seen that." And he walks over and heals it.
Oh,
Yeah, because he was paying attention. He was part of the whole conversation, so he wasn't actually watching the fight. But yeah, once the shield's up and y'all have that conversation, the Crucible looks at kind of looks at y'all and goes, "Well, Mr. Gearhart, Mr. Brody, if you're ready to go."
I'm ready.
let us depart them.
Have you three worked together before?
Yeah, like, what's going on now?
Yeah, have we? Wait, have we worked together before? I mean, wait. I have a public identity, so there's that. There's that at least.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is Bruce's identity secret?
No, he's
But he runs around calling himself Land Shark. No one calls him by his last name.
He introduces himself by going, "Hi, my name is Bruce. I'm a shark."
and plus he's got criminal record and all of that.
Oh, that's right.
So
And by several cities.
it's probably not secret. It may not be one of them things where just every Joe Blow on the street knows it.
It's just weird to not hear the professional names and just hear Mister.
He's like weirdly friendly, very informal.
Yeah,
No, he was calling him Mister something.
And
That's
I'm
pretty
not
formal.
sure
Yeah.
Bruce and Ray may have encountered Crucible at the school. It would have
Maybe
been-
briefly, because the Crucible did make an appearance when the vampires were attacking.
Might not have been in
Oh.
session, but the Crucible popped up a time or two there, so maybe. They certainly don't know him well, but
well, anyway, to the ship.
But anyway, when you kind of call him that, he kind of pauses, and Wolfwitch smirks. But then she kind of, "Yeah, we better get to the ship. Let's, I'm sure the Feyre is not on her way, but some more of our flunkies might be."
I write down in my secret little internal journal, Wolfwitch smirked. There's something here.
She's gonna pay for that.
No, it means I'm on to something. There's something going on.
Okay.
And she
Ah,
knows it.
It's a
There's that kid
wizard
awareness again.
conspiracy.
And the only thing I know about the three of you is that you all work at a school.
Paranoia strikes deep.
And
Into your
that-
heart it will creep.
That's right. That's
Mm-hmm.
one more strength for the conspiracy board.
Yes, but I have, in fact, 9 lives I can use to get satisfaction.
All right. So y'all get to the jet.
Yes, the Rook Jet.
And Crucible stops, looks at it. This belongs to the Rook. Is she with you?
In spirit,
With you in the rebellion, I mean.
no. She's just as wiped as everyone else.
Ah. Well, I hope you don't scratch it.
Go ahead.
Oh, we're gonna crash it in directly into the Pharaoh. Don't worry.
For a good cause.
Oh, also, do any of your magics work mental powers? Because like, she has Muscle the Muscle next to her at like all times, and he's a fairly rough customer.
Huh?
I've met him. It was not a violent encounter though. He did look rather strong.
How do you run into Muscle the Muscle and it not be a violent encounter? He's a supervillain.
They
You're
snuck
a
into
hero.
They snuck into my house.
Once more, how did that not become a violent encounter? Also, he snuck in?
Well, the team he was working with, there was a shapeshifter that posed as Wolfwitch.
Oh yeah, that's very.
a villain team.
Sort of. It's
Well, I mean,
complicated.
most of the heroes were out. And from the news I got, I did see Muscle with a shirt that said "Good Guys" on it. So I think he swapped sides before this whole thing went down.
Oh, the T-shirt says so.
He said he was going to. They were combating a conspiracy.
Waiting for something else. I love it.
So anyway, y'all load up and y'all
Yeah.
take off. And I guess we'll go ahead. It's a little after 4. I guess we'll go ahead and wrap here.
Good work. Well, I mean, that ladder of magical expertise.
Y'all gather the experts. You protected the experts while they did their expert stuff. And now you have more experts.
That's right. Now that they're finished experting, oh, that sounds great. Okay.
Now you can go
So
back.
now we can let all of the Arcano babble happen in the background.
Yay.
Better them than us. We see what happens when we tinker with magic.
So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I had a good time. I had kind of hoped that Redrum would do a little more damage before he got taken out. But overall, I'm happy with him. I look forward to the next time he
Just
shows
give him
up.
power upgraded. Take him back on it.
Yeah, the next time you run into him, well, I don't know that you will this season. But the next time he pops up, I'll also have full costume for him.
All right.
Yeah, I
He
guess I'll just
turns
leave a
himself
copy
to
next
be
to his unconscious body to tell him to go home.
Oh, I forgot to be checking the Twitch stream. We got a bot.
Ooh, what's it selling? Is it
Welcome,
selling
bot.
knives?
Views. It's selling views.
Ah, we don't need that.
We need knives. Damn it.
I don't do this often enough to ever really remember how to do it.
Timing them out for 9 years?
I forget where it is. Yeah, it's a first time chat. Yeah, that's not buying them any. There it is. Ban them. I guess I should probably have done that once we finish signing off. So we will finish signing off now. Hope anybody comes by and watches this later. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you join us. We should be doing this again in 2 weeks. Again, I was your GM for the day, Jason. And with me has been Zach playing Recluse.
Thank you for joining us. Hope you had fun.
Mike playing Independence Ray.
Good night and stay out of the cold.
Taylor playing Unison.
See ya, see ya.
And Curtis playing Landshark.
Laters.
And we will see y'all next time.